Hello, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful trading week. Very green indeed. So we're looking at the dollar here, weekly time frame view. As you can see here, we've had a little bit of a doji type of a setup here, breaching below that and unable to get above, at least this week, that fib level here. And as you can see, and I'm assuming so, we will breach this level around 95.80 or so to the upside above us, and you'll see that in just a second. But as you can see, overall, this fib level is acting as a pretty strong resistance at this time, around 95.80-ish. We may reach into the 96s. I don't think that we'll really be able to break above that 96.20 level. Maybe we might get there, but the trend is clearly to the downside at this time. Looking at the weekly time frame view, you can see that we have now broken below this uptrend line, and clearly we are breaking below fib level after fib level. We'll start pushing down into the 94s sometime soon, probably within the next month, and then ultimately start heading back into the 92 level where we have a pretty solid support around that 23.6 fib level as well. So let's go ahead and drop down to our 4-hour time frame view and see what's happening with the price action at this level. So basically what we've had here is a very aggressive sell-off based upon the Fed rate cut expectations, and the Fed basically said that they're not going to do too much, but they're going to do something, and it's going to be maybe a quarter of a point, something like that. Doesn't really matter. Dollar didn't like it, gold loved it, and the indices clearly loved it in the last 10 minutes of the trading day. That's all I'm going to say. So we're going to have a nice little move to the upside here. Probably, like I said, around 96.20. Maybe we squeeze up into the 96.35s. Maybe at that point, but I don't really care. We're looking for a little bit of an upside move here, basically to reset gold, silver, um, anything to that effect that will mirror. So maybe even copper if you're trading that. But we're looking at maybe a possible move up into around 96.25, 96.30 area, and then we're going to be looking for an aggressive push to the downside. So as I pointed out last week, still expecting to see further downside move into that 95.15 level, which is basically where we have that gap that needs to be filled around 95.15, 95. Push down below that, then we're looking at a move to around 94.50, which is that next level down, that fib level 94.45-ish, 38.2 fib level here. And again, as I pointed out in our weekly time frame view, we are looking at further. Actually, we can keep it at this level; doesn't really matter. You can see the breakdown pretty clearly here. 23.6 fib acting resistance around 95.85. Looking for that next push down to mid fib around 95.15, maybe a little bit of a bounce there, and then ultimately starting to push down into that 94.50 level. So let's go ahead and take a look at gold. Gold had a phenomenal week this week. Again, based on that Fed rate cut, which is laughable. Again, behind the curve they are, and it is what it is. The economy is fantastic. Just kidding. So looking at the daily time frame view here, you can see again my fib level is not right on point. So let me go ahead and just adjust that a little bit to the upside for near-term highs expectations. So as you can see, we have been consolidating between 1440 and downside around that 1400 level, still kind of holding within that general range or box, if you will. Still could see a little bit of a downside move here. As I said, dollar may try to push to the upside. 96.20, 96.30 area could be the upside potential there. So that would maybe push gold down around that 13, looks to be around 1390 level. And then from there, we'll probably chop around and then look for that next push to the upside. So clearly here, I was expecting gold to take a little bit of a breather before that next swing to the upside. Iran news came in, and clearly things got out of hand very quickly. So if I was to say, this is probably the next pattern here, which is a down move like this, and then another move to the upside. Now, the big move to the upside, and again, I'm a big believer in gold. I own it, whatever. That's all I'll say. Uh, we are going to see further price appreciation in the price of gold. Looking at our monthly time frame view. In fact, let me just go ahead and just bring up the spot price of gold, just so you can all see what's been happening. So, looking at the long-term trend here, we have breached that 38.2 fib level. So the next fib that we're going to try to get to, which is close to around 1500, but it's going to be a little bit shy, around 1490, 1488-ish. And then from there, looking at another monster move up into the 1580s, and then from there, looking at Again, 1750s. Bottom line is this, folks: gold is a place to be trading right now. The party is here. It started its next wave up. Might see, like I said, a little bit of a dip around 1390. Again, it aligns with that fib on that monthly time frame, 38.2 fib. Beautiful area to trade in. Nice swing to the upside. Break 1485. You're looking at a runner up into the 1580s, maybe 1600 that week, and then 1700s. Going to take a few weeks, maybe months to get there, but gold is where the party is at. Dollar, throw that aside. Let's move along. Crude oil. Crude had a wonderful week. We killed it on crude this past week. Killed it by, I mean, like, we absolutely just took advantage of it fantastically. So the dips, the rips, all of it had a good time. Daily time frame view, let's go into that. Again, as I showed last week, we're going to be looking at a rip up into those 58.80s, 59.80s, and possibly see an extension up in the 60.88. Did not happen to the extension point of it, but 4 targets were hit on crude this past week. We absolutely crushed it on this trade. So again, as you can see here, I said, boom, we're going to go up, pull back a little bit. We ended up grinding all the way up, pulled back a little bit, pulled up. And actually, on Friday, I ended up missing the last part of this trade, which was the downside move back into those 57.70s, actually 57.80, excuse me. Did not catch that move. Going through some stuff at the office and just saying goodbye to some coworkers that were losing their jobs. Needless to say, this move we absolutely crushed it on. I know I traded this puppy at least 3 or 4 times this past week. Beautiful, beautiful mover. Again, towards the end of the week, crushed to the downside again on expectations that OPEC would start increasing supplies. It doesn't really matter. It's all garbage, whatever they say. Like I said, I don't trade the news. I just trade what I see. So based on the fib levels here, maybe looking at a push back up into the 58.90s and then another reversal back down. If you look at the weekly time frame view here, now I always say keep a look at what the long-term look is, and as you can see here, from the lows to the highs here off of this fib here, you can see that we pushed back up into that 23.6, failed, pushed down underneath mid fib level, which is around that 59.50 level. Again, next level down 57.50s, and then from there on further down. So if I remove this, you can see that we are just barely holding on that 38.2 fib level. Now, what that means to me is, for those of you that are not using Fibonacci levels for whatever reason, again, looking at the next move down to around 54.50s, maybe 55.50s, that is where we're going to see a next level base, and then we'll try to see another push at that point in time, and then we're going to continue our move to the downside. So yes, I am bearish this upcoming week on crude, and I suggest that you take a look at that as well. So natural gas, the last one here for as far as the freebies go for all of you YouTube subscribers. I appreciate all of you subscribing, sharing with your family, friends, and everything like that, and some of the comments I've been getting. Wonderful stuff. So daily time frame view, as you can see here for natural gas, we ended up pushing up into the 2.34, breaching it a little bit. Nothing too impressive and nothing unexpected as far as myself and my members were concerned. I actually traded this one this past week, caught some of this upside move from absolutely 2.23, and then I ended up selling around 2.28, I believe it was. And then we saw this consolidation here. Really didn't care too much for it at that point in time. I was focused on gold at the time and crude oil. So there was a lot of opportunities to be had. Not so much in the indices side of things, but crude oil, the commodities, very, very fantastic place to be in. And again, we saw a squeeze up into the 2.365 area. And as expected, as I said, we would end up reversing pretty hard after this was hit or this was hit. So my members, they were on top of it. As far as YouTube subscribers, a little bit behind the ball, but it's okay. Still general direction, still holding up and valid. Unable to pierce above that 2.34, looking at next level push back down in the 2.27 area, maybe even breaching back into test the 2.223 levels. So natural gas still not looking too good. Looking at overall weakness in this commodity here, weekly time frame view, as you can see, and I said it before, not looking too hot here. Longer term view stretching out a little bit, as you can see here. This is the past. Looking at the longer term view, looking at a sub $2 level potentially. This was just an interim bounce, folks. Don't get too excited. Don't marry these things. Trade them. Trade them for what they're worth. Don't hold on to them. This type of crap right here is an anomaly. This was a poorly positioned fund that went belly up on um, bearish bet on natural gas, bullish bet on oil. When oil tanked, natural gas, they had to cover, so they obviously covered, hit in the ass along the way, creating short squeezes along the way, and screwed a lot of people out of cash. This is an anomaly type of stuff. This is more natural. Okay, so she's drifting. She's drifting back down, and she's going to continue to drift, and I would not be surprised to see her break under 215. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, going down to the low twos, maybe even 1.196 area. Just saying that, okay? Longer term view, bearish. Near term view, bearish. Not a believer in what she's doing right now. Do I think she's going to go up eventually? Maybe after she hits two. Maybe. But beyond that, I don't care. We're looking at just trading these things. We are not marrying these things. So if you're holding these positions for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, big mistake. Take advantage of the freaking fluctuations. Sorry to use the language, but it is what it is. That's what we do. We are here to just speculate on price going from A to B. A to B. That's it. This was just a squeeze. Did I think this was going to happen? Absolutely not. I'll be honest with you. This whole situation right here should not have even happened, but that's the way natural gas works. That's the way the markets work. There's always the uncertainty. You take advantage of the conservative slash predictable outcomes, which is, you break this level here, you cover at, or you sell out at 2.33, 2.34, and that's it. If she goes higher, who's buying it? Think about that. Always think about that. Who is buying right there? Squeeze? Yeah. Somebody that did not pay attention. Somebody that shorted when they shouldn't have without waiting for confirmation. That's what we're dealing with here. So, again, make sure that you're paying attention to what the market is saying. 2.34, looking at a correction back down to around 2.27, and then if that level breaks even further down to around 2.21, at that point in time we'll be underneath my trendline resistance and also within that fib level, back down to mid fib around 2.22 at worst case scenario, looking at 2.15, break that, and then we're in a whole new ball game back down to new lows 2.20. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead, leave the comments below the video. Subscribe to my channel, folks, if you're new to this. I do this every single week. I am going on vacation. I did end up booking, by the way, so July 24th to about August 1st, I will be out of the country. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or would like to be a member, go ahead and sign up. I do have a brand new 2-week free trial. If you can't make the money back within 1 week, then you know what? I'll gladly hand you back your money. It's very simple, folks. I mean, if you're trading these things and you're trading futures and you can't make 250 back within, I would say, even 2 days, then you shouldn't be trading. So that being said, I appreciate you all viewing this video, sharing it with your family, friends, whatever it is. Subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate the support and the emails I've been getting for everybody. If you have any questions, don't feel shy. Reach out to me. I will give you my honest input. There's no obligations. I don't care if you sign up or not. I just want to make sure that you're winning. And my members have been absolutely winning. I've been winning. Fantastic market to be trading in right now. As far as indices go, I will say this. The last 10 minutes on Friday, an absolute sham. These markets are being manipulated to the upside. If you don't believe in manipulation, then you probably shouldn't be trading. This is an absolutely manipulated market. It's all fabrication. All underlying hard economic data says slowing economy globally. Globally, not just US, globally. We have hard Brexit coming in October. There's going to be a lot of downside coming, a lot of a big correction coming. Take advantage of it, folks. Adjust your portfolios long term, your retirement accounts, whatever it is that you have. Make sure that you are protected, because right now is the time to do it. Don't wait until I should have done it. That word should, that phrase should never come out of your mouths. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't get greedy. A couple extra points here and there, not worth it. Because fabrication is just that. And we saw it the last 10 minutes on Friday. That's all I'm going to say, folks. Thank you again for watching my videos. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I really hope you all have a great trading week ahead. And I will be in touch next weekend. Thanks for watching.